Hey guys, it's Cerulean Jake bringing to you another episode of Pikmin 2. We are on day 3 here, and this is where we're going to have our first split off because the game has actually opened up to us. We still have very few options in what we're capable of doing just because we only have 2 Pikmin types, but technically the game is opened up. It's not tutorial mode anymore. You're kind of on your own. We're still going to have a lot of interruptions from the robot that pilots our ship, but it's fine. For example, there's no purple onion, so where the hell are our purple Pikmin? And that's exactly what's going to be explained to us right now. You see, if we just go to the light of the spaceship, it'll no longer heal us. So if you take damage, well, get over it. We can bring out purple Pikmin. So we're just going to take out every Pikmin we own, because why the hell not? Now, if you'll notice, there was something funky going on with the numbers there, but don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. So something you should know about purple Pikmin is... Okay. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah. If we disband, we change Pikmin with A, R, doesn't matter. So with purple Pikmin, they have this cool little feature called homing in. So you don't have to aim. They just, like, if they're close enough, they will home in and squish whatever they land on. You also notice they were making a little bit of a strange noise there. That's because they are so heavy that when they land on something, they have a chance to stun it. So that bum rush strategy that we're so used to with big Bulborbs, just throw some Pikmin and it's dead. Oh my god, these things are already so good. So we're going to go ahead and get 1 purple Pikmin on that, because it takes 10 and it has the strength of 10 Pikmin. Just go ahead and keep getting our Pikmin up to snuff. Now these are the female shear grubs. They are completely defenseless, but they are annoying, so we'll go ahead and kill them. We also got some new mechanics right here that I'm not going to worry about for just a moment. I'm going to get a lot of my Pikmin working on that. I also want the purple Pikmin working on it. And then we're just going to... Whoops. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, hold on. Actually, you know what? Louie, you have plenty of Pikmin to work with over here. We got a treasure from the overworld here. It is a nice little strawberry, or sunseed berry, as I am being corrected. We have now recovered 10% of the debt. Every 10% that you collect, you will be alerted. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice little update of how well you're doing. Let's go ahead and pluck out these Pikmin, get Louie a little army going here. And with his army, I actually want to go over to these berries. We're going to go ahead and throw some Pikmin onto this, and then throw the rest onto here. And they will climb up the stem and just start attacking. Go ahead and pluck out some more Pikmin. There we go. They're just going to keep attacking these until all of the berries have fallen. And once the berries have fallen, the Pikmin on the stem will also fall off. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. It actually, all the berries grew back while I was trying to beat them all off. But doesn't seem to be progressing too quickly, either one of these. This is a dark stick wall, so it does take longer to break down. Astounding! There's red berry, ultra spicy essence. All right, yeah. It's very, very spicy. We'll get to what it does when we have 10 of them. We have to collect a lot of them. Go ahead and switch to Louie again, because nobody's grabbing this. Grab. So you can just leave Pikmin to keep climbing those stems, and they will keep collecting them. Right here, we have a new enemy. This guy's going... I don't remember what he's called, but he's going to unbury himself. We did get all of these back, and we now have juiced them into a ultra spicy spray. We can spray it on our Pikmin by pressing down on the D-pad. That is not necessary right now, but we just know that you get 1 bottle for 10 berries. So he's going to unbury himself, and then he's going to try to stab one of your Pikmin and drink it. Now, you can save them once they have been stabbed, so make sure you just keep throwing. Another new enemy. Can you see him? Well, I certainly didn't the first time I played. That... yeah, that little dandelion over there, whatever it is, I guess a chrysanthemum, considering its name, is blinking. So let's just throw a red Pikmin on it and then prepare our purple Pikmin. It's an enemy! So this is the creeping chrysanthemum. You need to start looking out for eyeballs on all of these flowers. So now that we've got all those guys dead, we don't really need to populate red Pikmin much more than we have already. So let's just have Louie gather up all of these Pikmin. Because it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to actually head where we're going with all of our Pikmin in our party. We do have 1 ultra spicy spray, so that's nice. Now, I'm doing things so quickly, it's actually kind of hard to keep up and actually say everything I need to say. So we're going to come right around this corner, and we have a hole. Just going to go ahead and hop down this little hole here, end up in a new cave. We are going to get one of these little cutscenes every single time that there is a cave. Now, usually he will tell you some pretty interesting stuff that'll tell you what type of Pikmin you might want to bring. But you could also just look at this and see, oh, fire, we need red Pikmin. Because, if you recall from the first game, red Pikmin are immune to fire and have a 1.5 times multiplier when damaging foes. So in the Hole of Beast, they might be pretty handy. Let's hop on down. I do end up stutter stepping a little bit every now and again. There's a lot that I'm trying to do in one day, but I want to keep explaining things, so it becomes a little hard just to keep up with all the commentary. So in this first sublevel, I want to notice something. I want you to notice that something I didn't explain in the first time we entered in a cave. You'll notice that the timer is gone. That's because when you enter a sublevel, time pauses. When you leave the cave, the time will be back to where you left it. Basically, no time is spent entering and leaving a cave. Take all the time you need. Now, before we get moving, I just want to let you know, anytime you go into any of these corners here, just swarm. And I promise, even though nothing happened there, I promise something. Yeah, here we go. Because it's not just the female shearwigs this time. These guys aren't a problem, like I said. On this sublevel, we have male shearwig, or shear grubs, sorry. Shearwigs are the green ones. We have just a sublevel of a lot of shear grubs, and we don't want to get caught off guard by the males. So just keep wandering down. Luckily, in this game, you can actually kill them and save your Pikmin from death. It's not completely unfair in that manner. Thank God. Although we did... Oh, one of the Pikmin actually took one back. Who cares? Okay, so we're not going to end up going that far that way, and that's only a female, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and grab this treasure. That should cover things. And this is the only treasure on the sublevel. Now, I know I'm doing this from memory, and you not having a memory of this game, if you decide to play ahead of me, may have some trouble with that. Like, well, how am I going to know when I've collected every treasure on the sublevel? Don't worry about that. We are going to have that answered very, very soon. Right now, just know that there's only one treasure on this sublevel, and it is that little broken D-pad there. Stone of Glory. Nice. So if you listen closely, you can hear a little sound. Now, I was talking over it, so maybe you didn't hear it, but we'll hear it plenty of more times. There's a sound that plays every single time you have collected every single treasure on a sublevel. So just listen after you cash in a new item, and if it makes that noise, then you got everything. Sublevel 2. Going on down here. Now, if I remember right, this is where we're going to see... Yes, it is our first example of what I like to call a rest sublevel. On these sublevels, there are commonly candy pop buds for you to populate your purple Pikmin. As you've noticed, there is no purple onion. So, think about it. How do you populate purple Pikmin if there is no onion? Well, that's the thing. You can't. There is no purple onion, so there's no way to traditionally populate purple Pikmin. If you want new purple Pikmin, you're going to have to hop down a hole into a cave and find purple candy pop buds and transform any regular type of Pikmin into purples. Now, I know some people grow an attachment to their Pikmin of like, well, I don't want to trade them out because what if I need them? Or maybe it's an emotional attachment. I remember there is a VTuber that has recently taken a liking to Pikmin, and she's a huge fan of treating the Pikmin as if they were very, very important and non-disposable. So if you have that feeling, then maybe it would be hard to part with them. But do not worry. We have plenty of good reasons to turn red Pikmin into purple Pikmin. Now, breaking those eggs, we can find nectar, and just like the last game, if we drink some nectar, we will turn into flower Pikmin. Now, with flower Pikmin, just like the last game, they are much faster, much stronger, and just in general a lot more useful. So you want to have as many flower Pikmin as possible. So anytime you get a chance at nectar, round up your Pikmin and just crash as many in there as you can. Very, very good. So there actually is no treasure on this sublevel. There was just eggs. I think sometimes if you go into these corners, eggs can fall from the sky. Could be wrong about that. Okay. I'm either wrong or I just missed the corner where they are. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and hop down this hole. Down we go. I believe this is the second to last sublevel. This is going to be our first example of hazards. So, now, if you want to be completely efficient, there is no reason to just not take your whole army and just knock out these fire spouts as quickly as possible. Because, unlike the last game, fire spouts can actually be defeated and closed off. So just throw red Pikmin at them and take your whole army with you. But I do want to show off the safe way of doing things. If you are a little less of an experienced Pikmin player, we're going to go ahead and just take these red Pikmin. Since we have only red Pikmin, just swarm the spouts, close them off, and we're done. But if you think about it, wait a minute. Red Pikmin are immune to fire, and we're not bringing our purple Pikmin anywhere. Why not just go straight to the treasure, pick it up, and send it back? There's no point in knocking out all the fire spouts. I mean, sure, we want to dodge them with Olimar because he takes damage, but just send them through. Right? Who cares? Strife monolith. I'm curious. I remember this used to be on all old school PCs. I'm just curious, like, what all old technology that I'm familiar with, what modern, like, younger people, not necessarily kids, obviously kids won't know any of this, younger people, do they know what all this stuff is? And I don't mean to use it as a flex. I know that's a big thing that people will say, you don't even know what this is. This right here, a cosmic archive. You don't even know what that is. I don't use it as a flex. I'm just genuinely curious. Like, has the floppy disk gotten to a point where people don't even know what this is anymore? I think specifically the floppy disk has, because that's an example that people have. That's an example of something that people have talked about. That nobody, like, younger people don't know what this is anymore. It's lost to time. But honestly, what about just games that are old school and technically never really died, but just you just don't see them very much anymore? So like Mahjong that we just saw there. It used to be on every PC, but that kind of died off. It's not there anymore. So on this sub-level, I'm just going to kind of go through it here, because you can see what I'm doing. You can see how I'm taking care of things. Red Pikmin for the fire spouts, purple Pikmin for the enemies, and then also purples for taking stuff back, because they make it a lot faster and a lot easier. But I am curious about that, because, I mean, here comes another one. Here's another one that people should actually have forgotten about, because, I mean, it's a Game & Watch. Like, I never even had a Game & Watch when I was a kid. Thankfully, this next treasure that we're gonna get, there's no way, like, everybody knows what a deck of cards are, and I think that's kind of thanks to gambling, and also it's so light you just may as well throw a red Pikmin at it, because red Pikmin are faster. Everybody knows what playing cards are, thanks to gambling, thanks to magic tricks, you know. So thankfully that hasn't died off, but just so many mediums that, like, you know, you have rattling around in the back of your head that, you know, if somebody told you that they had no idea what that was, you'd be like, what? How do you not know? Pinball's another one. Like, do you really see pinball machines anywhere anymore? I don't really, unless it's like a classic arcade. They, just like Mahjong, they don't come on every PC anymore. So that might be a medium that's kind of lost to time, and that's unfortunate, because, I mean, pinball is one of the most simplistic and, like, easy sources of fun. I remember when I was a kid, my parents could just sit me in front of a computer, and just all the little computer games that came with the computer, it would entertain me for hours. To be fair, I never really learned how to play Mahjong. I just kind of clicked until something went horribly wrong. But, I mean, I remember there was also a bowling game, and that was a lot of fun. Bowling's more of a sport, so that one hasn't been lost to time, but bowling video games, I don't think people really play anymore, except, like, Wii Sports. But that's also an old school one that newer kids may not know about. Because the Wii came out 2007, I think? Something like that. Anyway, final floor, and this is what final floors are supposed to be known for. This is a big dude. Actually, I should correct myself. This ain't a big dude. This is a big chick. Say hello to the boss of the whole of Beasts, This is the Empress Bulblax. So you remember the Emperor Bulblax in the last game, the final boss of the game? The first boss of this game is his wife. So you want to do exactly what I just did there. You just want to throw some Pikmin at her face. Let them kind of beat up on her a little bit, and then whistle them back. And then she's gonna go into a little roll, a little attack pattern here. And so long as you whistle your Pikmin back before they get flung off behind her, there's nothing to worry about with this boss. Genuinely, just by whistling them back, this boss cannot hurt you. So nothing really to worry about there. And now we can just keep throwing Pikmin until she is dead. So there is something that I mentioned earlier that I didn't really acknowledge as a major difference of purple Pikmin. I said that we should use a red Pikmin on this playing card because they're faster. Purple Pikmin, in exchange for being much, much stronger than any other Pikmin, are a lot slower. That is why, if you have Nectar, you want to prioritize getting all of your purple Pikmin flowered up rather than any other type of Pikmin, because you need those purple Pikmin to keep up. I promise you, it will be excruciating to watch unflowered purple Pikmin try to keep up with you. It just doesn't work. But anyway, we have the key item of this hole, the prototype detector. And this is where we're going to start getting into a new mechanic of this game. So anytime you get a key item from a hole, this treasure is actually going to be converted into something to help you. We now have the treasure gauge as a fully operational item. So what you will notice is in the bottom right corner of your screen, you now have a new little gadget. And it turned gray and flashed. That means there are no longer any treasures on this sublevel. And you can move on freely. Now, if it starts blinking at you, then you will need to keep looking around. And it'll start blinking louder and louder as you get closer to an item. That's going to be wildly important if you have never played this game. And even if you have played this game, there's some aspects of why that's still very important to have. So, 6 treasures in this cave, not that hard, but we have gone on for quite a while now. So, instead of continuing the day, I'm actually going to cut things off here. And in the next episode, we're going to continue exploring. That's right. Unlike Pikmin 1, we are splitting up days into multiple episodes, and I feel like now is a good time to cut it off. So, in the next episode, like I said, we're going to continue exploring Awakening Wood. And perhaps we'll find a new cave to explore. I'll see you then.